find my...
Now your people are right there. Nice. Is that Rachel?
Yeah, Rachel, my sister,
sixth grade graduation. This is awesome.
Good morning, and welcome to the Oswego High School's 160th commencement ceremony honoring the graduating class of 2016. We ask that you please remain standing for the opening of our program. We welcome to the stage the senior members of the Chamber Singers and their director, Mr. Robert Dumas, as they lead us in the performance of the national anthem and the Oswego High School alma mater.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, give proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Let our voices loudly ringing echo far and near, songs of praise thy children singing to thy memory dear. Old Oswego, alma mater, tender, fair, and true, grateful sons with love unfailing, all their vows renew.
Thank you, Mr. Dumas and students. Please be seated. I am Heidi Sweeney, the Oswego High School principal, and it is my absolute pleasure to preside over our ceremony this morning. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Dean Guai, Oswego City School District Superintendent of Schools.
Good morning. I'm hopeful that the tan makes me look taller. Maybe not. Good morning, parents, faculty, Board of Education, high school and district administration, special guests, and the members of the class of 2016 at Oswego High School. I'm honored and excited to share this wonderful event with you here today. Actually, 36 years ago today, I sat in your seat in Romney Fieldhouse here at SUNY Oswego as a member of the Oswego High School class of 1980. I remember the excitement mixed with anticipation, bewilderment, and fear. High school is an era that you will always look back on fondly. Friendships are made in kindergarten through your senior year, and many of those friendships will stay with you for a lifetime. The connections you've made with your teachers, many of them here with you today, will motivate you as you travel through your life story. In fact, I'm pleased to introduce and thank a representative group of retired teachers who are with us this morning. Please stand when I call your name. Mrs. Patty Tyree, 19 years of service, elementary. Mrs. Karen Breen, 20 years of service, special education. Mrs. Catherine K. Mears, 32 years of service, speech therapist. And in the rear, Mrs. Cheryl Rogers, 32 years, strings music. Ladies and gentlemen, these teachers and the teachers that you are recalling right now have contributed to your academic development and will influence you throughout your journey. For me, some of the teachers that I reflect on regularly and thankfully are Jim Metcalf, 6th grade teacher at Minetto School, Mr. Bill Noun, math teacher at Oswego High School, and Mr. Edward Lisk, legendary music teacher and founder of the Marching Buccaneers. We have a rich and diverse graduating class this year. You'll go on to higher education, the military, and some of you directly into the workforce. And regardless of your initial path after you leave here today, I challenge you to make a difference in the lives of others. Anchor your lives in your own truth and be who you are, and surround yourselves with those who love and support you no matter what. My hope this morning is that in addition to reflecting on your K-12 educational journey and celebrating this significant milestone in your life and the lives of your parents, that I can share some encouragement and guidance for your future based on my own life journey. The 36 years since I was in your seat have been filled with blessings, challenges, and opportunities. Your lives will be filled with those same blessings, challenges, and opportunities as well. To stand here as the superintendent of schools of this great school district is the result of an unlikely story. A story of hard work, persistence, and faith. My story is one of blessings and challenges, but the real theme is resiliency. As you live your life story, you will face obstacles and hardships like I did. But if you live your truth, you will find that proverbs and maxims are often true like they would for me. Like, actions speak louder than words. All is well that ends well. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Let bygones be bygones. Where there's a will, there's a way. Everything happens for a reason. It all works out in the end. And at the end of every storm is a rainbow. And hopefully, in my case, like father, like son. Be resilient when times are tough. Reflect on your time here at Oswego High School fondly, and always endeavor to make your parents proud, because that's the most important thing. Remember that the chapter in your life that begins today will be far more exciting than the one you are closing. The tears you and your family shed today should be tears of joy and excitement for the chapters that follow. It's easy today to be scared by the horrors of the daily news, but I'm confident that the future leaders sitting with us today in blue and white will change this world in a bright and positive way. Do it with compassion, do it with tolerance, do it with grace, do it with a sense of family and community, and be resilient. Begin each day with hope and a desire to make a difference in someone else's life. And remember, when times get tough, it doesn't matter what people say you are. What matters is what you know you are. And remember what I've learned the hard way. And in the words of my favorite children's author, E. Bunting, in her book, Train to Somewhere, sometimes what you get is better than what you hoped for in the first place. Congratulations, Oswego High School class of 2016.
Thank you, Dr. Guai. I now invite to the stage Courtney Warren, who will share her thoughts as we honor the memory of one of our OHS students, Andrew Sanders.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. Graduation is a time of many feelings: pride, happiness, accomplishment, and appreciation. The reason I'm standing here today is to appreciate the person Andrew Sanders was and the impact he had on many of our lives. This past fall, he was asked to reflect on himself as a person in an English paper. He wrote, I wouldn't be the person I am today if I hadn't gone through some of the things or learned some of the lessons that I have. One thing I've learned in life is that you need to appreciate what you have before it's gone. Andrew lived his life putting others before himself. He conducted the most simple of gestures, knowing that they would make the most significant of a difference. Like reminding you daily, he loved you, he missed you, and you mattered. Tomorrow, June 26th, would have been the celebration of Andrew's life, his birthday. Maury Schwartz in Tuesdays with Maury said that death ends a life, not a relationship. The impact that Andrew had on many of us will live on. We must fulfill the promise of Andrew's life by living not only for ourselves, but living as he would have. As I finish, instead of a moment of silence to remember Andrew, let's applaud him in the many messages he left with us. Laugh hard, live simple, expect a little, give a lot, cherish what you have, and live with love. We love you and we miss you.
Singing in the dead of night. Take these broken wings and learn to fly. All your life you were only waiting for this moment to arrive. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these sunken eyes and learn to see. All your life you are only waiting for this moment to be free. Blackbird fly, blackbird fly into the light of a dark black night. Singing in the dead of night. Take these broken wings and learn to fly. All your life you were only waiting for this moment to arrive. Blackbird fly, blackbird fly into the light of a dark black night. Singing in the dead of night. Take these broken wings and learn to fly. All your life you were only waiting for this moment to arrive. You were only waiting for this moment to arrive. You were only waiting for this moment to arrive.
Thank you, Courtney. and thanks to Kyle Osmond for his performance, as well as Dylan Papa, Christian Carey, Tanner Wengen, and Zachary Dano for their creative and technical work on the video tribute. At this time, I would like to present an honorary diploma for Andrew J. Sanders. His sister Emily and his brother Ethan will join us in accepting the diploma. And a thank you to the Sanders family for joining us today. The Oswego community is most appreciative of the time and energy that our school board members invest in our students and school district. Please join me in welcoming Mrs. Kathleen Allen, our Board of Education President.
It's hard to follow that without being a little choked up, so forgive me. Public speaking is not my forte, and it's the biggest fear, according to every study that everybody, that people have. But I've got two things going for me. One, there's a lot of people praying for me, and two, I'm one of the first speakers, so you're not going to remember anything that I say. But on the off chance that you do remember, this is what I want to tell you. Our world needs more love, gratefulness, and kindness. A few months ago, I went to Chipotle with my daughter, Hannah. If you know Hannah, she's just full of life and just extremely outgoing, very opposite of what I am. But we went into Chipotle, you know how they just kind of say, welcome to Chipotle. Well, it wasn't that happy, yay, welcome to Chipotle. It was welcome to Chipotle. 5 of them were lining up. You can have an effect on other people. By the time we got up there, we ordered our food, five employees. She's chatting about the tomatoes and what's going on, and just being super friendly and kind to each and every one of those employees. By the time we got down to the cash register, we ended up getting 2 orders of chips free, which their chips are great. We sat down for our lunch. Somebody came over that worked there, gave us coupons for free meals for our next visits. And we noticed that when people were coming in, they all had smiles on their face where they didn't before. She had just that brief moment, she had a big impact on those people that worked there, and their whole attitudes changed. And you can have that effect too on people with just a little kindness and a little love and gratefulness. And possibly free food, can't guarantee, but you never know. Although, I will tell you, we went to Panera with my other daughter, and we used the kiosk where we didn't have to talk to anybody, and they brought us our meal and they gave us free cookies. So we were blessed with free cookies for being antisocial. But it's not about the food, it's about the kindness. So that's what I want you to remember. And that's what I shared this for, is just to remind you that you can change your world. You can change your world by how you treat others. You can change your world by how you respond to others. We live in a world where we type on a keyboard what we wouldn't say to somebody in person. We judge based on partial truths and assumptions. We're quick to think we have all the answers when we only have part of the information. You will be offended, and in turn, you will offend others. Intentional or unintentional, it will happen. No one you ever meet you will agree with 100% of the time. I don't know anybody that does. But next time you see something you disagree with on Twitter or Facebook, just move on. No need to hate on them or call them names or even unfriend them. Learn to love beyond your difference of opinion. Learn to disagree Kindly, respectfully. Bottom line, agree to disagree. It is possible. Also, I just want to encourage you to live boldly and love boldly. Be grateful and express that gratitude for what you have daily by your words and actions, no matter what your situation. I promise you it will lift your spirit too. I'm not who I was in high school, and I've come so much farther than I've ever imagined. That's a whole nother story. But I see the same thing in my girls who've graduated. They're not the same as they were in high school. They're stepping out of their comfort zones, they're living and loving boldly, and they're grateful. More love, more gratefulness, more kindness. If each one of us step outside of ourselves, think of others, pour love, gratefulness, and kindness into others every single day, we can change our world. May God bless you.
Thank you, Mrs. Allen. This morning, we have the pleasure of welcoming a special guest who is an esteemed alum of the Oswego High School. Our keynote speaker is Dr. Carlos Dator. An OHS 2002 graduate, he returned to Central New York for a family medicine residency. He is a graduate of St. Joseph's Hospital Health Center in Syracuse and is currently employed as a hospitalist at the Oswego Hospital. Dr. Dator is planning for his upcoming wedding to Ms. Rachel Ann Flock in November of this year. Join me in welcoming Dr. Dator.
Thank you, Principal Sweeney, for that warm introduction. To all the family, friends, faculty, and graduating class of 2016, thank you for giving me the honor of being able to publicly embarrass myself in front of you all today. I'm not sure if you're going to like what I say as much as my loving fiance, Rachel, does, who is right there supporting me as she always does. Thank you, Rachel. I'm very aware that you, the audience, probably won't even remember who I am 5 years from now, but it is what it is, and you're stuck listening to me now speak. I promise I will try to make it as short and painless as possible. I know there are probably many pictures to take after this. So yes, I am a native Oswegonian and a member of the class of 2002. Does that make me old? At 32, you guys might think so, but I certainly don't. My sister would agree that I'm not old either. She'll definitely tell you that I haven't even grown up yet. Thanks, Marielle. Let me put my life into perspective for you. I just finished with academia last year in July 2015, so technically I'm not even in a full year into my career. The biography you have in your program is basically everything I have achieved as a scholar. What you don't see in print is everything that I had to go through to get there, and that I think is the more important point I'm trying to make today. I was lucky because I knew what I wanted to be when I grew up pretty early. I could tell you all about diseases I've encountered and patients I've taken care of, but the real story of my success is entirely something else. What is in the program today are my degrees and success as a physician. What is not in the program, what you don't see, are the stacks of note cards I made for organic chemistry at Loyola every Friday night instead of going out with my friends. The summer I gave up preparing for the MCATs by taking a Kaplan review course, multiple fails on pharmacology and microbiology tests, and the 2 attempts at my USMLE. During all those failures, uphill battles, and probably 100 more instances, self-doubt crept in. I doubted if I had really made the right decision for myself in the right career path. What I'm trying to say is that not everything in your future will be easy. Those moments of despair actually contributed most of my success. Those were the times I decided to not give up on myself. Those will be the moments you find the best of yourself. Those times helped me understand that if I wanted something, I'd have to earn it. Sacrifice, diligence, and hard work mixed in with a little optimism always lead to success. I'd like to thank you for your attention up until this point. Hashtag not asleep yet. I have to admit I have no idea who spoke at our commencement. All I could really focus on was that high school was over. I remember feeling happy that classes were done, sad for the future goodbyes, and excited for the graduation parties to come in the next 2 weeks. But I also know that there's a little tiny part of you that is a bit uncomfortable and maybe a little scared. And that I think has to do with what the future might be. Looking back, the best way I could describe it is discomfort. Discomfort in the unknown, not knowing who my future best friends would be, not knowing how much harder classes would be, not knowing if I chose the right school, not knowing what the future would hold for me. Not knowing is scary when you've been part of such a small, close-knit community like Oswego. It may have just been my always present OCD, but I'm sure there are a handful of you out there who can probably describe it in 120 characters or less. I'm here to try and explain that this feeling of discomfort is something you don't need to worry about. That discomfort is the earliest beginning of your potential. It's the hopefulness and excitement of never-ending opportunities. It's why everyone not in a cap and gown can't help but cheer, smile, and clap for you. It's our pride for what you've accomplished so far and our joy for what you will accomplish in the future. It's the start of you as that young adult that you've always wanted to be seen as. It's the decisions you get to make on your own accord. It's your life written by you. My wish for you graduates is to find your success in life, whatever it may be. The road may not always be clear and easy, but set your goals high, and even if you don't quite reach them, falling short will leave you better off from where you started. Take it from me, at first I thought I would be some famous sports team physician in California, pro athletes as my besties. Instead, I am just as excited hearing patients tell me how much they love my dad and appreciate me taking the time to see them at the hospital bedside when they are in need. Whatever your success in life is, please always remember those who helped you on your way up. Our success is never our own. I've always had the support of others, especially my family. There's no way I could stand here today without them always pushing me to do better than what I thought was my best. No way I would always have remained humbled and centered without my best friends. Shout out to Lou. Thank you. So on your journey, take time to acknowledge those who have helped: teachers, family, classmates, friends, and mentors. They are the road signs that help keep us guided on our path towards success. In closing, I would like to especially acknowledge those graduates going through far more adversity than most. Opportunities are not always equal. Success will be measured differently from one individual to the next. These young adults fighting one obstacle after another instill what success truly means in their peers, parents, and themselves. To them and to all the graduates here today, the world is yours and we are proud. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Detour. I would like to invite the class of 2016 Secretary, Kira O'Gorman, and the Treasurer, Mariah Metcalf, to present Dr. Detour with a token of our appreciation.
The class of 2016 would like to present Dr. Carlos Detour Jr. for being the keynote speaker at our graduation with a presentation of this gift.
Thank you.
Thank you, ladies. Our next two speakers are unmatched in their dedication to their academic endeavors and overall commitment to their studies. They have earned the honor of being recognized as your academic leaders. Jacob Gerber is excited to attend Furman University in South Carolina as a first step in his ultimate goal of becoming a university professor. He is most proud of his work in academics, athletics, and community service. Jacob contributed to sectional qualifications in all three of his sports and has served in National Honor Society, Key Club, and Youth Court. Please welcome the 2016 Salutatorian, Jacob Gerber.
Hello, everyone. My name is Jacob Gerber, and I am the salutatorian of this OHS graduating class. And for those of you who do not know what this means, it's basically like a super fancy way to say I got second best. A quick side note, I do try to be funny occasionally in this speech, so try to laugh so it's not awkward for me up here. Now, before I begin the greatest speech you'll ever hear, written in approximately 20 minutes, I would first like to give my congratulations to Valedictorian Jenna Ballard for her immense success. The things that The things that she has done in academics are extraordinary and nearly exceed my expectations for what any student could possibly achieve. I also need to congratulate all those who are in the top of this graduating class. Although I am the salutatorian, I can name several people just as deserving of this honor, and I would like to give these people a round of applause as well. With such an intelligent and determined class of students, I could have never imagined myself in this position. I would like to give thanks to some of the people that helped make this possible. My coaches that gave me not only athletic advice, but life advice, or in certain cases proved to become great friends and mentors. I'd like to shout out to my tennis coach, Casey Jones, especially for everything that he has done for me. I'd also like to thank my peers for inspiring me to exceed the status quo, and my friends who encouraged me and gave me an outlet so that I could be myself. I made a lot of friends here at OHS, but I have to shout out to my very best friends, the Four Horsemen, as we dorkedly call ourselves. And I have made so many epic memories with this group of friends that I'll never forget, and I know I've found some lifelong friends. Also, I'd like to thank the amazing teachers I was able to have these past 4 years and throughout my entire time in the Oswego City School District. Along with great teachers were terrific classes, such as my TV class, where my time as an anchor prepared me to have the confidence to do public speaking in front of my peers, which has come in handy right about now. Most of all, I do have to thank my wonderful family. My family is very supportive of me and my goals, and they have done whatever possible to make sure that I'm set up to achieve these goals and meet my absurdly high expectations. I also, as the official mama's boy of the 2016 class, have to give a shout out to my wonderful mother. She has been the most influential person in my success, bugging me to get my homework done, looking over my final papers, or staying up way past her bedtime, quizzing me, or helping me through projects that I procrastinated to do until the very last minute. Through all the good and the bad of high school, she has been my rock. Thanks for everything, Mom. Love you. Now I'd like to reflect on the class of 2016. Being a part of this class has helped me meet some extraordinary people. Amazing singers and actors, artists, speakers, athletes, students, and friends. The class of 2016 really does have it all. One of the best parts of this class for me was how good everyone was at having a good time. Being able to spend my free time with fun-loving people that never failed to make me laugh was a great outlet for me in the midst of a rigorous academic and athletic schedule. It's annoying. The class of 2016 has seen great successes, whether it was winning awards for theatrical productions, musical displays, athletic competitions, academic youth leagues, volunteerism, or even if it was simply graduating. Congratulations to all of you for your success. The class of 2016 now looks on to the future. Whether we plan to go earn college degrees, learn a trade, or serve this country in the armed forces, or whether we don't have a plan at all. In the time that I've spent with this class, I know that everyone is capable of being successful. This is a group of people where everyone has the capability to make a contribution to society. My advice to this class is that whatever you choose to do, strive to be extraordinary. Be passionate, be confident, and be great. There's greatness in all of us. Now, when deciding how to close my speech, I consulted on one of the most used sources by students that are in need of assistance, YouTube. After hours of watching the best graduation speeches, I was intrigued by a simile that one student used in his speech. High school is like your first girlfriend. The girl you have those awkward moments with, like your first kiss or meeting your parents. Now, college is like that cute new girl that you leave high school for. Maybe she's more attractive, or she's just better, but we'll always remember our first girlfriend, for better or for worse, for all the memories and the things that we learned from her. I have had such great memories here at OHS, did a lot of great things, and I definitely did my fair share of stupid and impulsive things, but I wouldn't take back any of it. We graduating seniors cannot wait to be done with high school and come on stage to receive our diplomas. But to quote Andy Bernard from the greatest TV show of all time, The Office, I wish there was a way to know that you're in the good old days before you've actually left them. Now this quote serves two purposes. It ensures I include a line from my all-time favorite TV show. And it also reminds us that high school is our good old days. This class of 2016 has made great memories together, and I hope that everyone can think fondly upon their time here at OHS, just as I have. Now, whether it was our first OHS dance as freshmen with the senior girls, making our first varsity team, getting a role in a production, performing in a JV show, walking through the halls for the first time as an upperclassman, pep rallies, iconic sporting performances, senior trip where we made some amazing memories, or whether it was the senior show where everyone learned who the real Noah Wells was. Whether it was one of these moments or something else, take the time to reflect on the unforgettable moments that we had in OHS together as the senior class. In closing, congratulations, Oswego High School, class of 2016. It has been a pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you, Jacob. Jenna Ballard plans to attend Johns Hopkins University to study biomedical engineering. We are so fortunate that Jenna is able to join us this morning because she was one of 2 students selected to represent New York State at the National Youth Science Camp in West Virginia, and she had to travel back yesterday to be present with us this morning before returning to West Virginia to complete camp. Jenna has worked in an artificial heart lab under Dr. Slepian from the University of Arizona and has done research on the effects of metals on protein binding properties under Dr. Bendinskas from the Oswego State University. She is also a National Merit Commended Scholar. Please join me in welcoming Jenna Ballard, our 2016 valedictorian.
When I was told that I had to write this speech, it struck me as rather odd that I, a mere 18-year-old whose worldly and social knowledge comes mainly from reading books in my room, am qualified to give profound advice to my peers. But given this immense responsibility, it is an honor to be given this opportunity to share with you my ideas and hopefully to speak to at least some of you. So here goes. This is a bit ironic considering the fact that my title depends on rank, GPA, and grades. But what I have found throughout the past 4 years is that it is crucial to not let a number define you. Your class rank, grades, test scores, etc. do not reflect how smart you are. They do not and should not be taken as an indicator of how successful you can become, and do not dictate what you can and cannot do. Do not let them put you down, and do not let them inflate your pride. The number of figures in your income does not even begin to describe your kindness, your generosity, or your happiness. The number on the scale does not depict the beauty of your smile and the brightness of your eyes. However many hundreds or thousands of followers you have on Twitter does not compare with the close and understanding relationships you form with a few true friends. As important and prevalent as numbers are in our lives, they can also be dehumanizing, leading us to strive for perfection. But face it, we're not perfect, we're human, and we can defy the odds and expectations predetermined by statistics and trends. We can choose to take the road less traveled. In choosing to walk our own paths, we face judgment and criticism, but people are going to judge us no matter what. So we might as well just live our lives as we prefer. It is freeing when we simply don't care what people think of us, because those who mind don't matter, and those who matter don't mind. There are going to be people out there who tell us we are not good enough, not smart enough, not strong enough, not beautiful enough, not talented enough. And unfortunately, sometimes we tell ourselves these things. When in doubt, I tend to think of this quote on Mrs. Rogers' wall. What would you attempt if you knew you could not fail? Take risks. If you never failed, you would never learn. Bill Gates' first business failed. Stephen King's first book was rejected 30 times. A record company told the Beatles that it didn't like their sound, and guitar music was on the way out. Michael Jordan was cut from his high school basketball team. Although failure is discouraging and fills you with feelings of doubt and incompetence, turn these feelings into fuel. Challenge failure and do not let it win. You'd be amazed at what you have within and what you can achieve with hard work and dedication. As many of us may have experienced, life is by no means easy, and we will inevitably face challenges. But there are also people out there who have supported us through thick and thin, believed in us when we doubted ourselves, pushed us to achieve more than we ever thought that we could. I implore you, please do not forget these people, for without them, we would not be here today. The least that we could do for these people is say thank you, so I have written a letter from us to those who have made it possible for us to be here today. Dear families, teachers, staff, and Oswego community, on behalf of the OHS class of 2016, it is my honor to thank you for all of the support, encouragement, and dedication that you have given to us throughout our lives. It is because of you that we have been able to come so far and will continue to grow. You have equipped us with the tools necessary for making a lasting impact in our lives. Parents, you have worked hard to cultivate our interests into passions, paying for sports, music lessons, art supplies, and more, and then taken the time to drive us to all of our events. You have protected us, instilled in us your most important beliefs, and uplifted us with your encouragement and love. Siblings, you have always been there for us and been our harshest critics, but also our closest friends. Teachers, we fully appreciate the enormous amounts of time you dedicate to educating us, not only in school subjects, but also in life skills, such as the importance of hard work, kindness, and giving back. Thank you for coming in early and staying after school for countless hours, sacrificing your planning periods and weekends to help us when we are lost, to answer our incessant questions, to listen to our problems and give us advice, and then to take the time to write recommendations for us. You lay the foundations for all of us in whichever life track we choose. Thank you, staff, for keeping our high school careers flowing smoothly. Thank you for hundreds of bus rides to and from school, sports games, field trips, and exams. Thank you for providing us with food and keeping our facilities clean. Thank you for countless transcripts, for coordinating hundreds of schedules, and greeting us with smiles every day. Oswego community, thank you for all of your support through dinners, banquets, scholarships, and most of all, your time. You take hours upon hours to recognize us for our achievements and ask for nothing in return. You lead by example through your benevolence and generosity. Families, teachers, staff, and community, it is through your love, support, encouragement, and leadership that we are here today. You inspire us to do the same for others, and we hold you in our highest regard. You have raised us up to more than we can be. As Isaac Newton once said, "If I have seen further than others, it is by standing upon the shoulders of giants." May the teachers and staff please stand. Please give them a round of applause. Now please give your families a round of applause. Congratulations, OHS class of 2016. We did it, but do not forget where you came from, and please remember to give back. Thank you.
Just as a side note, Jenna's is the only speech I've ever seen with a works cited. Thank you, Jenna. Claire Donovan has been a wonderful and diligent class leader and I have truly enjoyed getting to know her better over the course of our work together this past year. Please join me in welcoming the 2016 Class President, Claire Donovan.
Oh boy. Graduation is what brings us together today. Thank you for those who laughed because you've seen The Princess Bride. That went better in my mirror at home. All right. Welcome graduates, faculty, staff, family, and friends. Thank you for coming out in the heat to celebrate the graduates. As you've heard, my name is Claire Donovan, and I am honored to have been class president for the last 5 years. So that's why for the next 5 minutes, you have to listen to me. I'm sorry. I quote Mrs. Lloyd when I say, "Today we're going to slay the beast." She was talking about AP Stats, of course, but thankfully Stats is over and we can graduate. It seems like we were just naive freshmen starting at OHS. Rumors of a third floor and the horrors of Freshman Friday looming over us. I can remember going over before the first day, mom in tow, and walking through my schedule countless times and then still getting lost the first few days. Then there was the official first day. Everyone was taller than me, the building was way bigger, and all of the teachers were terrifying. We somehow managed to survive it. In a few days, we were expert navigators with our fears mostly gone. The next 3 years went by in a flash, and there we were, the summer before our senior year. We knew that in just a few short months, we'd begin the simultaneously thrilling and nerve-wracking final year of high school. With that comes senior nights, last dances, and difficult goodbyes. Along the way, there were senior activities and, of course, meltdowns about what comes after graduation. I now believe that college applications and scholarship essays are the real monsters under the bed. But I think that the class of 2016 rose to the occasion. We had a great year in athletics, sending many to sectionals and states. We cleaned up at art shows, and our music and theater programs brought the house down. The seniors shut out the juniors at Powder Puff, and our cheerleaders were marvelous. Many lit up the stage at the JV show and the senior night show. We also conquered the scariest roller coasters on the class trip. In the end, we banded together during difficult times and grew closer. We made memories and friendships that will last a lifetime. Moving forward will no doubt be a huge adjustment. New schools, new people, new places, and new challenges. But I know that the future is no match for this class of seniors. I can't wait to see what amazing things lie ahead. With such a diverse class with so many talents, it's bound to be incredible. I'm very thankful to have served as president to such a wonderful class. It was truly a pleasure. My last decree as president is to enjoy our last summer before college. Don't stress about roommates or meal plans, just know that everything will be okay. I've sent 3 older siblings to college, so I know that this is true. It's gonna be fine. Be kind and good things will happen. Ask for help when you need it, and be sure to lend a hand when others ask you for help. Be yourself and do what makes you happy. Try new things and push yourself to achieve more. Now is the time to be courageous. Don't be afraid of failure. It's bound to happen, and it doesn't make you any less awesome. Lastly, don't let the muggles get you down. A special thanks to Mrs. Pamatesso and Dr. Sweeney for helping us plan the senior activities. Thank you to the faculty and staff who have stood by our sides for the last 4 years in high school, and to all of the staff previously. Thank you to family, friends, and tutors for being a shoulder to cry on or someone to vent to. And finally, congratulations to the OHS class of 2016. We'll always be Buccaneers.
Thank you, Claire. Today is rather surreal for me because this June marks the 25th year since I graduated from Oswego High School. If someone had whispered in my ear on that day 25 years ago that I would be the principal of this school and presiding over a graduation ceremony myself, I would have been incredulous. But I am most mindful of this distinction and truly appreciate the class of 2016 as you are my first graduating class. I must begin by thanking your friends and families who've provided the support and love over the last 18 years that helped you to realize your own true potential, and who are here with us today or who are in our thoughts and memories. My thanks to you all. Although I've learned from old procrastination habits, I had put off actually writing my remarks until yesterday. Not because I was avoiding it or because I was anxious, but because I had so many different emotions and thoughts and just wasn't sure where to begin. While I am a scientist at heart, I'm also a believer in the universe and fate, and know that things will come to me when the time is right. And so I opened up my email yesterday morning and found a link to an educator's blog that highlighted lessons learned from Harry Potter, and I knew at that moment that this was the universe sending a message my way. I am a bit obsessed with all things Hogwarts, and which is truly not appreciated by my family, who must tolerate my Dumbledore quotes and Potterisms. But I thought I would take a few moments this morning and share some of those lessons from Harry Potter, which we can apply to our own lives each and every day. Words are our most inexhaustible source of magic, capable of both inflicting injury and remedying it. Remember that your words are powerful and can change lives and inspire others, but just as easily cause harm. Choose them wisely. Happiness can be found, even in the darkest of times, if one only remembers to turn on the light. Friendship and love make life worthwhile, and we sometimes must persevere, even when times are challenging. Every day is a new day, and despite obstacles that may seem insurmountable, the dawn comes each morning. But this is often difficult to remember after a white night, worrying about something that went wrong that day. It is our choices, Harry, that show what we truly are, far more than our abilities. Every situation provides us with a choice between what is right and what is easy. Too often, it is tempting to choose what is easy. I ask you to consider the life you could lead if you always chose what is right. It matters not what someone is born, but what they grow to be. At this point in your lives, the future is laid out before you, and whether you are heading off to college or the military or joining the workforce, you are still growing. You have every opportunity to create the life you want for yourself. Do not be closed off to adventure or exploration. Try new things and have stories to tell when you're older. If you haven't ever had the chance to read some J.K. Rowling, try to find some time this summer. Dumbledore is full of wit and insight. I leave you with some life advice. My first, many people will offer you life advice. Listen, reflect, but develop and follow your own internal compass. That compass will help you make decisions and know when and how to take action. Second, to quote John Lennon in Beautiful Boy, life is what happens to you when you're busy making other plans. With that thought, I urge you to appreciate the important people in your lives and do not miss an opportunity to let those you love know that. Third, we are a community, both at OHS and here in Oswego, and you are part of it forever. Please remember that we are always here for you, whenever you might need us. And lastly, I ask you to spread joy when you can and choose optimism whenever possible. And while I certainly do not sing well and would never attempt to sing in front of anyone, let alone a crowd of this size, I close with a thought from Semisonic. Today we open all the doors and let you out into the world, and we turn all of the lights on over every boy and every girl. So gather up your jackets and move it to the exits. I hope you have found a friend. Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end. On behalf of the entire Oswego City School District community, please know how very proud we are of each and every one of you. My congratulations to the class of 2016. Before we begin the presentation of diplomas, I ask that you continue to be considerate of our graduates and to those around you, and recognize that this is a momentous day, and each graduate deserves to enjoy their own moment of success. And now I ask Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Guai, and Mrs. Allen, Board of Education President, to please stand. Mrs. Allen and Dr. Guai, on my recommendation as principal of the Oswego High School, located in the Oswego City School District, I hereby certify that the students receiving diplomas today have fulfilled all of the requirements of the Oswego City School District's Board of Education and the State of New York Board of Regents. Thank you. And at this time, I ask that the 2016 graduates please come forward. A little more? Okay, are we good? Okay. Tell us if we're not.
Jenna Lee Ballard. Jacob Edward Gerber. Claire Elizabeth Donovan. Alexander John Hessick. Mariah M. Metcalf. Kira L. O'Gorman. Kelly A. Skinner. Natasha Ruth Meza. Elena I. Rando. Victoria Amy Armette. Sarah Abty. Ashley Nicole Adamski. Bryn E. Adner. Anna Marielle Alcacid. Arialis Carolina Alicia. Brittany R. Alton. Hannah Liberty Anderson. Rachel M. Anderson. Isaac Christian Annell. Trenton J. Baker. Timothy J. Barker. Jacob K. Bartlett Douglas. Jessica T. L. Bear. Ashley Marie Bivens. Tyler J. Blackmar. Lillian Louisa Blackmer. Christopher Joseph Bonai. Jacob T.T. Bonai. Clifford Harold Bow. Timothy Lee Boysick III. Trevor Richard Bracey. Katie Marie Bradshaw. Mackenzie Reva Bradshaw. Trevor Michael Bradshaw. Kendra A. Brancato. Catherine G. Brzee. Hannah C. Brown. Joseph Robert Burnett. Alexander C. Burns. Ayla Grace Bush. Alexander Jonathan Bush. Eric Butler. Christian L. Cabenlig. Michaela Francis Callan. Ismarie Camacho. Angel Janelle Campos Toro. Amber M. Canbeck. Zachary Alexander Carpathian. Zachary Angelo Caruso. Christian Cole Carey. Cameron Raymond Castelletta. Virginia Ann Marie Cash. Alex R. Cass. Gregory Austin Castor. Amber Lynn Cavalier. Kenzie Lauren Chapman. Michael J. Cheser. Megan Christine Clary. Miranda J. Clary. Sean W. Clary. Caitlin E. Clemens. Chase E. Kloss. Eric Charles Klein. Caitlin M. Cole. Aristotle Julian Concepcion. Allison N. H. Connor. Joshua P. Connolly. Sydney Ann Copeland. Jordan Bennett Crapser. Danica Ivy Crawford. Jonathan A. Kyler. Savannah A. Saprinsky. Francis R. Dehar. Sean L. Dane. Shannon Lee Dara. Christian Thomas Davis. Gavin M. Davis. Kane R. Davis. Spencer William Davis.
Justin Thomas DeGrenier. Maya Kristen Delaney. John C. DeLapp. Sarah Elizabeth Del Bracco. Eric Preston Demitowitz. Morgan B. DeMung. Zechariah Rogers DeSacia. Anthony D. DeStevens. Rose M. DeStevens. Lillian Patrice Danette Diston. Trisha Marie Ditton. Thomas Robert Lee Donahue. Olivia Ann Dowdle. Connor J. Dryden. Jacob M. E. Dumas. Seth David Dunn. Dakota Gregory Ellis. Alexis A. Elmer. Cameron James Endress. Jalen James Familo. Ashley Sue Ferrasi. Brooke Marie Farnsworth. Marissa J. Ferraro. Alexander R. Flack. Ashton Liam Flint. Olivia Rose Flint. Jesse W. Forbes. Eric Anthony Ford. Taylor T. Galetta. James Ross Gilbert. Laura Elizabeth Godden. Hannah L. Gorman. Brandon Paul Grant. Taylor Christine Green. Peter Joseph Griffin. Darian William Groff. Ryan Austin Gunther. Teresa G. Gunther. Kristen Inez Groulet. Christopher Michael Hannock. Alexis M. Haynes. Edward W. Haynes. Rory O'Connell Henry. Sophia R. Horn. Eric Wang. Nicholas R. Hurlbutt. Briston L. Hurteau. Lucas Michael Isaac. Ian R. Jacobs. Laurel Wade Jacobs. Evan Michael James. James Robert Jaskula. Shay Lynn Jeter. Caitlin Natalie Elizabeth Jondrew. Jacob Matthew Johnson. Jason William Jacob Jones. Anicia S. Kaufman. Hannah M. Kelb.
Morgan Knoop. John R.A. Knutson. Colin M. Krasowski. Marissa Rose Kunzweiler. Andriana N. Lebrecq. Amanda E. Legault. Amber K. Legault. Emily Christina Legault. Brianna May Larock. Madison Justine Larock. Michelle Elizabeth Lavery. Diana Claire Lazaro. Noah David Lee. Samantha Esme Lee. Sydney Irene Leroy. Tyler Mitchell Levia. Austin A. Levine. Emily Eileen Lloyd. Isaiah T. Love. Roman Danilo I. Madlang-Bayan. Cheyenne Sky Malone. Megan E. Manicha. Derek Robert Manter. Haley M. Mazuka. Hunter John Mazurowski. Aiden Patrick McGreevy. Molly Ann McSweeney. Lucrecia Ora Mishi. Liam Robert Moran. Jordan Aaron Jamie Morris. Colin J. Morrison. Alexander David Michael Munger. Adriana Irene Munyon. Cheyenne Lee Myers. Emma Elizabeth Myers. Andrew M. Nearbin. Amber A. Nettles. Emily Elizabeth Oldenburg. Samuel Joseph Oliork. Luca Ribeiro Oliveira. Samantha S. O'Neill. Santiago M. Orta. Kyle F. Osman. Lisa Pagani. Dylan E. Papa. Jonathan D. Parkhurst. Olivia Peel. Chase James Pelton. Alonzo J. Perez. Taylor M. Peterson. Morgan Phelps. Kyra S. Plotner. Madison E. Plyler. Colin J. Palmerville Miller. Kateria Lee Ramos. Sarah Razmuska.
Christopher James Recor. Christy Joe Ritz. Claire Elizabeth Richardson. Paige Winter Richardson. Ashley N. Richmond. Simon David Richmond. Alexis Elizabeth Medora Ronaldo. Asia Lexis Rose. Jenna Marie Roth. Paige R. Russ. Nathaniel P. Sanker. Diane I.D. Schroeder. Justin Taylor Simeon. Kiana Marie Sankey. Katrina Leanne Sharkey. Lauren E. Sharkey. Willis G. Sheltray III. Taylor Jason Short. Zachary T. Shortsliff. Joshua C. Simmons. Nicholas John Smigalski. Jeremy D. Schmiede. Richard Edward Schmiede. Claire Marie Smith. Megan Kimberly Smith. James Eugene Snow Jr. Good job, bud. Kelsey Lynn Summers. Sarah Nicole St. John. Aubrey M. Standish. Brianna J. Stintz. Emily A. Sterlinski. Alec P. Suits. Jordan Paul Sullivan. Logan Marie Sullivan. Joshua A. Cicino. Laurencia Marie Cicino. Sierra A. Talamo. Ashton Joseph Therrett. Abigail Eileen Thompson. Andrew Douglas Thompson. Kennedy C. Thompson. Kyle G. Topley. Lydia Grace Tryon. Tu Wao Ole Mi Tu Ma Nue Lu Pupe Adam Tu E Ma Nue. Cirillo Valentin Jr. Christopher Charles Van Gorder. Alicia Marie Vega. Elisa V. Warndorf. Joshua Patrick Wallace. Kenna Marie Wallace. Tanya Louise Wallace. Courtney M. Warren. Asabia K. Welsh. Matthew A. Weller. Noah Michael Wells. Zachary Tyler Wetzel. William Christopher Wilder. Sabrina L. Winslow. Logan Dustin Winterhalt. Alexa Jean Wise. Caitlin Elizabeth Wise. Timothy John Woodard. Bradley S. Wyman. Amanda Nicole Yeslinski. Cole M. Yulatello. Tyler Davis Youngman. Eric Thomas Yurkan. Alexander J. Zielinski.
Before we conclude our ceremony today, I ask that all family and friends remain seated until the recessional has left before following the graduates. And now I would like to ask our class of 2016 Vice President, Alexander Hessig, to come to the podium.
Hello everyone, I'm Alex Hessig and I'm the Senior Class Vice President. To the class of 2016, our last assignment we have to complete is to turn our tassels. So without further ado, will all the graduates please rise? Now everyone, please take your tassels and move them from the right side to the left side. Congratulations, class of 2016. It's been a great ride.
Thank you, Alex. Ladies and gentlemen, faculty and staff, family and friends, I now present to you the Oswego High School's graduating class of 2016.